Although the average stranger looking at an INFJ from the outside may not realise it, INFJs can experience truly sudden mood swings. This rare personality type is great at putting on a smile and going about their day, convincing everyone around them that everything is just fine. When inside, they may be experiencing deep mood changes that are affecting how much they are actually enjoying themselves. Welcome back, Psycho. Today we'll be talking about the 8 reasons why INFJs experience such intense mood swings. Before we start, have you liked and subscribed to the channel? Go ahead and be sure to click the notification bell while you're there so that you never miss a video. Alright, jumping right into the video, starting with number 1. Feeling misunderstood. For a person with the INFJ personality type, feeling misunderstood is nothing new, because INFJs have such elaborate inner worlds that they are hesitant to share with the average person. They tend to have a deep understanding for unconventional topics and an intuitive guide that gives them insight into confusing situations. The mood swings come into play when they are challenged to explain themselves or their thought processes that are often overly difficult to put into words. They can feel something so strongly, but when the time comes when they need to let other people in on their thought processes, they can easily get frustrated, quiet, and unwilling to share. This can make them seem hot and cold, reacted and indecisive in the moment, especially when it comes to relationships and friendships. Number 2. Worrying too much. There's no doubt that the INFJ is an absolute worrywart with high emotional intelligence and a need for everyone around them to be happy and content. The INFJ is known to worry about relationships, friendships, family members, health, finances, careers, looks, futures, and the past. This alone can cause out-of-the-blue mood swings because although nothing notable happened in the real world, an INFJ can easily come up with a narrative for what can or should happen, which can instantly change their mood from happy in the moment INFJ to impending doom INFJ. While this mostly happens when the personality type is already feeling some underlying stress, they do have the power, or curse rather, to bring this sense of worry with them wherever they go, at any time. Number 3. Bottling up emotions. INFJs have a tendency to hold on to their deeper underlying emotions for the sake of keeping their surroundings and the people in their lives satisfied and unworried. They can put on a pretty good show by making it seem like their inner world is filled with daisies and butterflies, when in reality they are dealing with some complex and often confusing emotions that even they can't figure out. Whether the boiling emotions are from a toxic relationship, partner, career, or other life complications, sooner or later an INFJ will break. It may seem like the emotions are coming out of nowhere, but an INFJ can suddenly become overly expressive and emotional about what's been bothering them. And if it's anger that they've been bottling up, you can be sure the receiver is in for a wild ride. However, when it's all said and done, this firecracker energy will even surprise the INFJ, and they can easily retract to being apologetic for their behaviour. Unless someone has seriously done them wrong, because in that case, you may never see that INFJ again. Number 4. Being pushed past their limits. INFJs have a strong mental endurance, but when it comes to other people pushing them to get out of their comfort zones, they can quickly become moody and even slightly passive-aggressive. Deep down, they want to be able to push themselves to the point of living out their wildest dreams, but when the time comes to play it out in the real world, it's difficult for an INFJ to get themselves to a place of just going out and doing it. For example, if an INFJ was somehow convinced to go to a party with their extroverted friends by swallowing their introverted pride and going with the flow, they'll be able to have fun at their own pace. Yet when it comes to time for the extroverted friends begin to badger the INFJ to dance on the dance floor and they're stuck feeling completely uncomfortable, they will not only repeatedly refuse, but can quickly lose all enjoyment in the outing and run for the door. Not to mention, it will be nearly impossible to ever convince this INFJ to go out with this crowd again. Number 5. Highly sensitive. There's no doubt that the INFJ personality type is known to be highly sensitive to outer stimulation. What most people don't know is that overstimulation can have a serious effect on their overall mood. With a lack of significant recharge time, or when an INFJ is faced with long periods of high stimulation, they just aren't themselves. Whether it's a loud bar, a crowded event, bright office lights, loud music, too much sun, and the list goes on. When INFJs feel drained or overstimulated, they can quickly become irritable, dull, and maybe even snappy if the people around them are close enough to the INFJ that they feel comfortable to express these emotions. While people may try to shake them from their sudden change in mood, no amount of coffee or short periods of downtime will do the trick to get an INFJ back to their original selves. In fact, this is their way of knowing that they're needing to go home and recharge their battery in peace and quiet. Number 6. Constant questioning of their moves. Another complex thought-processing habit that most INFJs experience is their constant wondering about whether or not they're making the right choices in some aspects of their lives. If we look at a career, for example, and then by the time the next week rolls around, they are questioning whether or not the job fulfills them and their passion, if they enjoy the people they're working with, and if they could find better pay or a shorter commute with another position elsewhere. This constant inner battle can not only suddenly change their outlook on jobs, living locations, and relationships, but it can also have a significant effect on their mood. Once an INFJ isn't feeling a situation anymore, the smallest thing that they used to tolerate can easily lead to frustration or boredom, causing them to complain and question everything. This can also happen in an INFJ's dating life. Number 7. Sudden changes of plans. Although INFJs can be spontaneous when the time is right, a sudden change of set plans can easily throw them off their course. The perfectionism of the INFJ favours structure and organisation, and in times either of these are changed, especially when it comes to a social setting, they can become displeased and uninterested altogether. It may seem dramatic to some, but the INFJ often requires a great deal of mental preparation for things that are out of their normal daily lives. So when they're faced with the challenge of speed preparing for something new, they can become overwhelmed and busy in their minds that they feel the need to back out. This is especially apparent if there is a new person invited into their small social group, because they know they won't allow themselves to be themselves around new people. And number 8. Taking on too much. Aside from being uncomfortable when pushed past their limits, INFJs also have the tendency of pushing themselves beyond their limits by taking on much more than they can chew. While they are able to balance a great deal of obligations and responsibilities, they can hit a point of no return where they are completely drained and begin questioning the different aspects of their lives, in hopes that they can weasel their way out of some of their obligations. For example, if an INFJ is in a relationship or marriage where they use their micromanaging and organisational skills to have to take complete control of everything such as finances, cooking, cleaning, appointments, parenting and spouse satisfaction, all while balancing their own work and enjoyment, they may hit a point of feeling like they are completely drained of energy to the point that they are beginning to question the relationship as a whole. While this tendency is self-inflicting, it can definitely catch other people by surprise that this personality type doesn't actually want to do it at all. They just want it all done properly, especially since INFJs seem to thrive when being in control. Well, that's it for today, Psychos. So, if you're an INFJ, would you say you experience intense mood swings? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more Psycho videos.